Hello, I'm Anthony from 30 Plus Fitness and welcome today to my unboxing of the SteelBook for Enter the Dragon, the 50th anniversary edition. There's two editions. One was HMV exclusive, which is here. The only difference is the SteelBook, you still get all the same tat inside, the particular, the postcards, etc. And we'll be opening obviously that in a moment, but that's the exclusive. You can see that the SteelBook is the red one, which is basically this cover. So let's go back. So in August, the standard edition was released. This is the slipcase, front and back. Let's have a look. This is the disc, front and back. Now, I actually bought this on eBay for a few quid. Obviously, a lot of people was taking the 4K disc out and replacing the 40th edition, which was included in the Arrow 4K Bruce Lee at Golden Harvest 4K box set. So they replaced this. So I picked up this for about £3 or £4. There was one individual who was trying to sell this slipcase on its own for £12. Absolutely ridiculous. That's the trouble with eBay. Now, I've got a small confession to make. On Stripey Rambles, I did say I wasn't going to buy this edition and then end up buying both of them, but that's another story. So just to let you know, I bought it because I thought if I don't buy it now and I regret it, it's going to cost me double the price on eBay, and I'm not playing those games. Obviously, I've been watching these films for long enough that I know how it works with these. So this one's limited to 3,000, and we're going to open this one today. I'm going to keep the one from HMV, the exclusive one, sealed for the time being, but we're going to actually have a look through this today. All right, let's get the scissors on it. So here we go. Obviously, it is a lot of tat. This was £45. But in America, you were just getting the SteelBook, which was the HMV exclusive, for around $30, $35. So not too bad, really. Not too bad. So here we go. The front of the SteelBook. Bruce. And then you've got the dragon on the back. So let's just go back to the front. And you can just see, just about see Han there. There you go. And at the bottom, the greatest storyteller of all time, Mr. Bob Wall versus Bruce Lee. When I did see the movie at the cinema a couple of weeks back, you only realise then when you see it on a big screen, that's what the first time I did actually see it, was how much of a kicking Bob Wall gets, and it's good to see. I actually loved Bob Wall getting a good kicking. Let's have a look inside. Here we go. So it's Bruce Lee versus Mr. Han inside the mirror room, and you get your 4K and your Blu-ray discs. Let's have a look at the tat we actually get included here. So, nice little dragon. Is that the right way around? I guess it's sideways. There you go. Dragon on the side. And Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon on the back. Let's be careful with this. Right, first thing we've come to is the lenticular. This is Bruce Lee with his nunchucks. Something we didn't get to see in the UK for a very long time. It's a bit hard to pick up with the light. Nope. It's just, if you can see it moving, there you go. Just about catch it. That's the lenticular. Not sure what this is. Not sure. The alternate poster, never big fan of the hands. You wouldn't have no clue what that movie was about, would you really? If you saw that poster, you're like, what the heck is that about? But there you go. Now we come to the poster, a folded poster. In one of the editions a few years ago, you could actually send off for a full size poster, which is obviously a bit of a difference compared to this folded. There you go. That's the one of the posters, and that's the old poster we know, all we're loving. Some of us hate, but there you go. And actually we can see the nunchucks on this one. I think when it was first released in the UK, it was turned into a stick because of the BBFC. The fun guys at BBFC. Right, we've got a few postcards. There you go. Oh, it's double-sided actually. There's two different pictures. I thought it was just going to be one. So you get Bruce and John Saxon, Roper. And on the back, Fred Wardrobe, Bob Klaus, and again, John Saxon. Obviously, I do think Bob Klaus does get a lot of grief, but I think he did pretty well. And his other film before that, that's how obviously Bruce picked him out. Something to do with Amber. I can't remember the name exactly now, but on the Killing Fields of Han, this was obviously a tennis courts. There were 4 or 5, and obviously they've been knocked down since and replaced by a high-rise, typically of Hong Kong. You can actually see some of the wall if you go on a bit of an explore around the actual, where the new America Club is, I think it's called. And on the back, the main man, Roper, doing his kick to the camera. Looking pretty good. Here he is, the main man. The main man on the commentary scene is Paul Heller. What can we say about his commentary for Enter the Dragon? Not very much. And here we go. Bruce and John Saxon again in conversation. The poster in colour and the poster in black and white. These are actually better than I was expecting, to be honest with you. I think this is some of the concept art. What does it say? Art C. And on the back, there you go, you get the I guess that's supposed to be Bolo here, and obviously Bruce coming down the rope. The official Enter the Dragon script, an epic of martial arts. It is indeed probably my favourite film, probably in most people's top 10. You do get a few people who no, it's not a great film, but if it wasn't for this, you know, would we have had the kung fu boom of the 1970s? Obviously it did help that obviously Bruce died young, so it did give it that impetus as well, but you know, unfortunately he did pass away. So this is the probably pinnacle of his career. Some people disagree, say Fist of Fury or Way of the Dragon, and some people even say Big Boss, but for me, an original script cover of Enter the Dragon. Original title, as we know, Blood and Steel, can be seen. Welcome back. Sorry for the small interruption there. My computer decided to run out of hard drive space, so we've only got 2 postcards to go. Let's go. Oh, dropped it. Let's have a look at this one. This is obviously the Torture Museum. Now there's conflicting stories. Paul Heller claims, obviously the producer of it, one of the producers of Enter the Dragon, with Fred Weintraub, claims that he helps create the set design, because apparently that was his previous job. In Enter the Dragon, making of Enter the Dragon by Bob Klaus, he obviously says his wife helped a lot in creating a few of the sets. So it's who you want to believe, I guess. And the last one, obviously the mirror scene of obviously one of the shots, of setup shots. I've noticed obviously on the 4K, you see it on a big screen. I did notice previously, but you can really spot, I think it's Bob Klaus you can actually see. Obviously they needed a slit in obviously to cover the camera up, but obviously they needed room for the camera so you can actually see Bob Klaus's head there. So that's all the postcards. Pretty good actually. I'm actually, as that goes, it's not too bad. Obviously the reason to buy it is the SteelBook, which I think looks pretty sweet. As you can see, you can just pick up Shetkin, obviously Mr. Han in the corner there. So pretty sweet release. Obviously I've no 4K kit at the moment, so when I do get a 4K player and a 4K TV, this is the first movie what's gonna be put on there. Now I just want to show you this before we go. In the future I am going to obviously do a video of all the formats that I do have, obviously Enter the Dragon, and like I said previously, it is my favourite film. I have pretty much bought it on every format apart from I think the PSP, because I never had a PSP, but apart from that I pretty much bought it on every format. Here it is. I did have the original American release, which is basically just a black cover with the poster art. Now look at this, this is from Japan. How sweet is this? And wait till you see the back. So that's the front. I love the dragons at the side. Obviously you got Bruce Lee and John Saxon, then you got the in Japanese, and then on the back, check this out. If I can just get the glare off, there you go, look at that. Absolutely fantastic. So much better than the American releases. There is one, a pretty sweet one, where I think obviously from the the Bob Wall fight, that's pretty good, but I don't think you can actually beat that. So let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think of the 4K. I thought the restoration looked pretty sick, really good compared to the previous releases on DVD, and obviously the 40th edition was, in my opinion, the colours were just completely messed up. And there's obviously in the 4K, you get both cuts. Always a big fan of the theatrical cut. Never been a fan of the extended cut, especially because obviously they didn't have Bruce Lee's real voice there for the monk scene. And I think it doesn't need any more motivation. Obviously they've already killed his sister. Now obviously he's got to go because of the monk. Obviously he's offended the Shaolin temple. It doesn't really need that extra impetus, I don't think, anyway. You guys might disagree. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and obviously give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be lots more coming. And one last thing, if you're currently feeling more Sammo than Bruce and you want to get back into fitness, check out my website 30plusfitness.com. Take care, see you later, peace.